welcome back to Under Pink Skies. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this place. Every video is an hour-long sleep story, written to help you slow down, let the day go, and find your way quietly to rest. Tonight's story is called Everything You Need is Already in This Room. That's not a promise, and it's not a challenge. It's simply what I'd like to spend the next hour showing you, that the room you are in right now, tonight, contains everything that is needed. The warmth, the quiet, the support of whatever holds you, all of it already here, already sufficient, not waiting for anything to be added. Before we begin, if this helps you sleep, a subscription means there'll always be somewhere to come back to. And when you wake up, if you'd like to leave a comment, just what time it is, or where in the world you're listening from tonight, I'd love to know. Now, let whatever you were holding go, just for tonight. Everything you need is already here. Let's begin. You are in a room, not a special room, not a room that requires any particular description, because the room you are in tonight is the right room, the room that contains you specifically at this specific hour. Whatever its walls are made of, whatever covers the floor, whatever light is in it or absent from it, it is the room that is here, and you are here. And that is the only qualification that matters. The room is warm enough. Not perfect. Rooms are rarely perfect. There may be a draft somewhere, a place near the window or the door where the air is slightly cooler. There may be sounds outside that are not the sounds of a quiet evening. None of this changes the essential fact. The room is warm enough for you to be still in it. And you are still in it. And that is what warm enough means. You are lying down, or sitting, or arranged in whatever way you have arranged yourself for sleep. The position is the right one. You would not have settled into it if it weren't. Your spine is aligned in whatever way is most natural for it right now. Your head is supported. The surface beneath you, mattress, cushion, chair, is doing what it was made to do, which is receive the weight of a body and hold it. It is holding yours. It will continue to hold it through the night. There is a fire, or there is the sound of one. It has been burning for a while. It is in its latter stage now, settled and low, giving off a steady warmth that has distributed itself through the air of the room so evenly that it is no longer a thing you feel arriving from a direction. It is simply the temperature of the place, the quality of the air, the warmth of being in here rather than out there. Look at the room if your eyes are open, or simply know it if they are closed. The walls are where they have always been. They are not moving. They are doing what walls do, defining the space, keeping the outside out and the inside in, holding the roof up and the floor down. The ceiling is above you. The floor is below you. The walls are around you. You are inside a structure that has been built specifically to contain people, to shelter them, to make a place that is separate from the weather and the dark. Tonight, that structure is working exactly as intended. The light in the room is low. Whatever light there is, from the fire, from a lamp, from the particular darkness of a room at night, it is the right amount of light for this hour. Not enough to read by, not enough to be alert by, but enough to know where you are, enough to feel the shape of the room around you without needing to look at it. The room is a known quantity. It does not surprise you. It is simply here, as it has been here, as it will be here when you wake. The fire is part of this inventory too, not just as a source of warmth, though it is that, but as a presence. A fire in a room is a living thing, in its way. It breathes, it moves, it changes. It requires fuel and air, and produces heat and light as its output. A room with a fire in it is a different room from a room without one. The fire gives the room a center, a source, a place from which the warmth radiates, and toward which the eye naturally drifts when there is nothing more pressing to look at. And tonight, there is nothing more pressing to look at. The fire can be that center. It does not need to be the object of focused attention. It is too low and too settled for that kind of watching. But it can be there, at the edge of awareness, a warm and reliable presence, doing what it has been doing all evening, burning, slowly, giving, steadily, asking nothing. The room around the fire is the room you are in. Outside, the night is doing what nights do. Whatever the weather is, still or windy, clear or raining, whatever season this is, the night is out there, and you are in here. And the room is the distance between you. That distance is a wall's thickness, a window's glass, a door that is closed. And on the inside of all of that, warmth and quiet, and you. You do not need to check on the night outside. It is managing without you. The room has a particular quality tonight. Every room has its own quality, the specific combination of its proportions, its contents, its temperature, the sounds it holds, and the sounds it keeps out. You have spent enough time in rooms to know that they are not interchangeable. Each one is itself. Each one has a character that emerges from the accumulation of its details. The height of the ceiling, the depth of the light, the way sound moves or is absorbed, the temperature of the walls. This room, tonight, has the quality of a room that is ready for sleep, not because it was designed that way, simply because it is evening and you are in it, and those two facts together produce a quality that is present. Notice the ceiling above you, if you can see it, or know it is there, if your eyes are closed. It is the top of the space, the surface that closes the room off from everything above and creates the sense of enclosure that a room requires to be a room. It is not a remarkable ceiling. It does not need to be. It is simply there, as ceilings are, doing its work in the dark without requiring acknowledgement. You have probably not thought about this ceiling today, but it has been there all day, and it is there now, and it will be there all night. The walls have been here longer than this evening. They have held the shape of this room through many days and many nights, through all the different weathers that have pressed against them from outside, through all the different hours of light and dark, through whatever number of evenings have passed in this place before tonight. They are experienced walls. They know what they are doing. The room they define is the room you are in. And it is a room that has been here and will continue to be here, a fact more solid and more reliable than most of the things the mind concerns itself with. The floor is below you, solid, in the way that floors are solid, not flexible, not uncertain, not provisional. It holds the weight of everything in the room, the furniture, the objects, the air, and you. It has been doing this all day without your noticing. It will do it all night. The floor is among the most taken for granted things in any room, and also among the most fundamental. Without it, nothing in the room would be where it is. With it, everything is grounded. Everything has a place. Everything rests. You are resting in a room that is warm enough, with a ceiling and walls and a floor, with a fire that has been burning and is burning still, low and steady, in no hurry to finish, with the night outside doing its quiet work and the room inside doing its quieter work of simply being here, being sufficient, containing everything that is needed. Breathe in the air of this room, the particular air of a room where you have been still for a little while, where the warmth has settled, where the fire has been giving off its small heat. This air belongs to here. It is the air of right now. Breathe out. The room receives it. Everything you need is in this room. We are only beginning to notice what that means. Let us take stock of what the room contains, not as an exercise, not to prove a point, simply as a way of noticing what is already here, which is something we rarely do. Most of the time, the mind is occupied with what is not here, what is missing, what is needed, what is still to come. Tonight, for the next hour, the mind can occupy itself with the opposite. What is present, what is sufficient, what is already done. The surface that holds you. It is holding you right now, and it is doing it well. Every point of contact between your body and the surface beneath you is a point of support. Your back, your hips, your legs, your head. All of it supported, all of it held. The surface does not tire of this. It does not shift its weight or change its mind. It is simply there, receiving you, doing its single purpose without complaint. The air, warm enough, present enough, filled with the faint smell of the fire and the room and the night, which is to say, filled with the smell of right now, this hour, this place. The air is moving through you in the most fundamental exchange there is. You breathe it in, you breathe it out, it returns to the room slightly altered, and the room offers it back. This has been happening since you arrived in this room. It will happen through the night. It requires nothing from you. The warmth, distributed evenly through the air, absorbed into the surfaces of the room, present against your skin. The warmth is doing exactly what warmth does, making the difference between comfortable and cold, between resting and shivering, between a room that receives you and a room that does not. It is doing this tonight without effort, without cost to you, without asking to be noticed, the quiet or the near quiet, because most rooms are never entirely silent, and that is all right. The fire, if there is one, offers its occasional small sound. The house settles in whatever way it settles. Perhaps there are sounds from outside, distant and unthreatening. All of this together makes not silence exactly, but its own kind of quiet. The quiet of a room where nothing requires attention, where all the sounds are background, where nothing is being asked. The darkness or the low light. Enough darkness to signal the body that this is a time for rest. The body knows this signal. It has been receiving it every night since you were born. This is the time of day when the light goes down and the body begins its preparations for sleep. And whatever light is in this room is calibrated by the hour, by the fire, by whatever lamps are low or off, to support that preparation. The covering over you, blanket or duvet or whatever, is arranged over your body. Its weight, its warmth, the way it lies across you without pressing, without confining. Just present, just warm, just the right amount of something between you and the cool air above. This too requires nothing from you. It is simply here, and you, the most important thing the room contains. You, with your breath and your warmth and your weight, occupying the space that was here waiting for you. The room was here before you arrived. But without you in it, it was just a room. With you in it, it becomes the room you are in tonight. A specific, inhabited, occupied place that has a particular quality because you are here. The room needed you as much as you needed the room. That is the arrangement, and it is complete. Nothing is missing from this inventory. Every element that sleep requires is present and in place. The surface, the air, the warmth, the quiet, the dark, the covering, and you. All of it already here. None of it still to come. The room is asking nothing of you tonight. That is perhaps the most important thing in this entire inventory. The surface beneath you is not asking you to adjust. The air is not asking to be managed. The fire is not asking to be tended. The walls are not asking to be examined. The dark is not asking to be explained. Everything in this room is simply here, doing its own work, requiring nothing in return. This is unusual if you think about it. Most of the things in a day ask something. The phone asks for attention. The work asks for effort. The people in your life ask legitimately and lovingly for your presence and your care. Even the body asks for food, for water, for movement, for rest. The asking is constant, and most of the time it is right that it should be constant, because the asking is how the world and the people in it communicate their needs. But tonight, in this room, the asking has stopped. Everything here has already been given what it needs, or it needs nothing, or it is simply a wall or a ceiling or a floor that does not have needs in any meaningful sense. The room is a place of complete non-demand. You can be in it without being required to do anything, give anything, become anything, attend to anything. You can simply be here, and being here, it turns out, is enough. Consider each element of this inventory more slowly. The surface that holds you is not a neutral thing. Someone, at some point, considered what a body needs when it lies down to rest, the give and firmness, the distribution of support, the way a surface needs to accommodate the particular topography of a person, without insisting that the person become flat. Whatever surface is beneath you tonight was made with this in mind, or has been arranged with it in mind. And the result is that your body is held in a way that a body can rest in. That is not nothing. That is, in fact, a great deal. The air is worth considering separately from the warmth, because they are different things. The warmth is a quality of the air, a measurement of its energy, the speed at which its molecules move. But the air itself is also the medium through which sound travels, through which smell carries, through which the breath moves in and out of you. The air is full tonight, in the way that air in a warm room with a fire is full. Not full of anything particular, not thick or heavy, but simply present in a way that cool, empty air is not. It has substance, character, the particular quality of air that has been warmed by burning wood and breathed by a body at rest. You are breathing it, and it is entering you, the most intimate exchange there is. The outside world entering you with every breath, your inside world returning to the air with every breath out. The room and you are in constant exchange. By morning, you will have breathed the air of this room hundreds of times. It will have been through you and you through it, over and over. And neither of you will be any the worse for it. The quiet deserves attention too, not the silence. As noted, the room is not entirely silent, and that is perfectly fine. The quiet is something different from silence. Silence is the absence of sound. Quiet is the presence of a particular kind of sound, low, undemanding background. The sounds in this room tonight are quiet sounds. The fire, if it speaks quietly. The house, if it settles without drama. Whatever is outside, and its sounds are muffled to a level that registers as texture rather than event. Quiet is something the body recognizes and responds to. The nervous system, which has been managing the sounds of the day, the messages and voices and notifications, and all the audio texture of being alive in the world, begins to ease when the sounds around it become quiet. Not off, not absent, but quiet. The quiet of this room is the right kind of quiet. The body is already easing into it. There are things that are not in this room tonight. This is worth noticing, because the things that are not here are, in their absence, also part of what makes the room sufficient. The events of today are not in this room. They happened. That is not in question. Something happened this morning, and something in the afternoon, and there was a sequence of things between waking and arriving here that constituted the day. All of that is real, but none of it is in this room. It is in the past, which is a place that does not require your presence. The past is sealed and complete, and does not change regardless of how much attention you give it. Tonight, it can remain where it is, which is behind you, which is somewhere other than here. Tomorrow is not in this room. Tomorrow contains things. This is certainly true. There are things that will need to be done, and decisions that will need to be made, and the ordinary movement of a life continuing. All of that is real. But tomorrow is a door that has not opened yet, and nothing behind it requires your attention before morning. Tomorrow is very patient. It will wait. It has no ability to arrive early, no mechanism for coming before its time. It will be there when you wake, exactly as you left it, unchanged by your not thinking about it tonight. The people you care about are not in this room, and they are fine. Wherever they are, whatever they are doing or not doing at this hour, they are somewhere else, and they are managing. The world does not stop when you stop attending to it. The people in your life exist and continue and breathe and sleep, and are themselves without requiring your supervision through the night. They will be there in the morning. You will find them where you left them. The things you meant to do are not in this room. The list, if there is a list, is not here. It is somewhere. In a phone, in a notebook, in the part of the mind that keeps lists. But that part of the mind is not on duty tonight. The list will still be a list in the morning, with the same items on it, minus whatever you manage to do today, and plus whatever tomorrow adds. It is not going anywhere. It does not need to be rehearsed. The worries are not in this room either. Or rather, any worries that are present have been invited in without full authorization, and they are welcome to leave. Not by force. Worry does not respond well to force, and this is not that kind of evening, but by noticing them as visitors rather than residents. They arrived with you from the day, and the day is over, and they can stay or go as they like, and either way they have no power in a warm room at the end of a still evening. What remains when all of that is set aside? The room, the warmth, the surface that holds you, the air that moves through you, the quiet, the fire, the dark, and you in the middle of it all, needing nothing that is not already here. That is the room tonight. That is all it is, and all it needs to be. The past, in particular, does not need to be in this room. It is a habit of the mind to bring the past into every room it enters, to carry the day's events like objects in pockets, taking them out and examining them, turning them over, putting them back. This is not a fault of the mind. The mind processes experience by returning to it, by reviewing it, by making sense of what happened. This is useful work, and it happens legitimately during the day, and it can happen again tomorrow. But it does not need to happen now. The events of today are finished. Whatever they contained, difficulty or ease, frustration or satisfaction, the ordinary texture of hours passing, they are complete. They happened in the order they happened, and they cannot be revised, and reviewing them tonight will not change them. They will be exactly as they were when you return to them, which does not need to be before morning. The mind can put them down, not forever, just for the duration of a night. The mind is very good at keeping things. It will have them all ready in the morning, dusted off and available. It does not need to keep them active overnight. It does not need to run a process in the background. It can, for these hours, simply be here, in the room, with a warmth, with a breath, with a quiet, without attending to the past or the future, or anything outside the four walls that are currently defining the space. What is the mind when it puts those things down? Lighter, that is the word. The mind, without the accumulated weight of the day's concerns, is lighter. And lighter minds find sleep more easily than heavy ones. The mind has been heavy today, probably. It is heavy most days, because the days ask a great deal of it. But it is setting things down, gradually, in this warm room. And with each thing it sets down, it becomes a little more like the mind of someone who is about to sleep. That mind is available to you right now. The room is making it available. The warmth, the quiet, the fire, the surface beneath you, all of it conspiring, gently and without agenda, to bring you to the state the room is designed for. The state of needing nothing else. The state of having enough. The state of being here, in this room, with everything that is needed already present, already doing its work, already complete. The body knows when it has everything it needs. It has been knowing this for the last hour, while the mind was catching up. The body doesn't require a list or an argument. It simply responds to conditions, to warmth, to support, to the absence of threat, to the horizontal or near horizontal position it has been waiting for since you woke this morning. It has been responding to these conditions quietly, without announcement, doing what bodies do when they are given what they need. Your muscles have been releasing, not all at once, gradually, the way everything in this room has been gradual. The muscles that maintain posture during the day, that keep you upright and alert and ready, have been softening since you arrived. You may not have felt it happening, which is as it should be. The best kind of releasing is the kind you do not need to direct. The breath has found its pace, slower than it was this morning, slower than it was an hour ago. The breath of a body that is safe and warm and has nowhere to go is slower and deeper than the breath of a body that is engaged with the day. Your body is engaged with nothing now. It is simply breathing, at the pace that breathing finds when it is allowed to find its own pace. Breathe in, slowly. The air of this room, warm, familiar. The air that has been here all evening. Breathe out, longer than the breath in. A full, easy release, nothing held back. The pause, easy, natural. The space between one breath and the next that is not a gap, but a rest. And the next breath arrives on its own. The mind is quieter now than it was. It has been doing less and less since the evening began. The inventory of the room gave it something to occupy itself with, noticing, naming, attending to what is present rather than what is absent. And in doing that, it has been gradually releasing the other things. The day, the tomorrow, the list, the worries. They are still somewhere, but they are at a remove now. They are not pressing. They have accepted that tonight is not their time. What is left when the pressing things have stepped back is something simpler. Just a room, just the warmth, just the breath, moving through you without effort. Just the weight of your body, held completely by the surface beneath you. Just the faint sound of the fire, or the memory of it, the residual warmth in the air that the fire has been giving all evening, and that the room will hold for hours. This is what remains when everything else has stepped aside. This is what has been here all along, waiting under the noise of the day. The room is very still, and you are very still within it, and still is exactly what is needed now. The room has been working on you all evening, not through effort. The room does not make effort. It simply is what it is, and what it is has been having its effect gradually, steadily, in the way that warmth has its effect, and quiet has its effect, and the horizontal position has its effect. You have been in the room for long enough that these effects have accumulated. Think of where you were when the evening began, the state the mind was in, the amount it was holding, the degree to which the body was still at readiness, and compare it to now. The mind is quieter, the body is heavier in the right way, the breath is slower, the grip on the day has loosened. None of this was instructed. All of it was allowed by the room, by the hour, by the simple passage of time in a warm and quiet place. This is what rooms do for people, when people let them. They do not solve anything. They do not answer any questions or resolve any difficulties. They simply provide the conditions in which the mind can set things down, and the body can release, and the breath can slow. The room provides the conditions. The person provides the rest. Or rather, the person becomes the rest, which is the same thing. You are becoming the rest. It has been happening for the last hour, and it is continuing now. And it will continue until sleep itself arrives, which is not far away. Sleep is not a destination you travel toward. It is a condition that becomes available when all the conditions for it are met. And the conditions are met. They have been met for a while. The room is ready. Your body is ready. Your mind is nearly ready. Nearly. And nearly is close enough. Your eyes, if they are open, are finding that open requires more than they want to give. Let them close. The room does not need to be watched. The room has been here without being watched before, and it manages very well. You can close your eyes, and the room will continue. The warmth will continue. The quiet will continue. The fire will continue its slow burning in the grate. Close them, if they want to close. And if they are already closed, then you are already further along than you know. The room is holding everything it needs to hold. The walls are holding the shape of the space. The floor is holding the furniture, and the furniture is holding you. The ceiling is holding the roof, and the roof is holding the night at bay. Everything in its place, everything doing its job. A complete and interlocking system of support, all of it working quietly around you. You are the only thing in this system that is not required to hold anything tonight. That is your role right now, not to hold, to be held. The surface beneath you is holding your back, all of it, the lower back, where so much of the day accumulates, the middle, the upper, the space between the shoulder blades, all of it resting against something that is holding it. You do not need to maintain any of this. The holding is being done for you. Your shoulders are being held, lower than they have been all day, most likely. Held by the surface, by the warmth, by the simple fact of horizontal rest. Let them be wherever they have fallen. That is the right place. Your arms are being held, both of them. Whatever surface they rest on, the bed, the chair, your own body, is holding their weight completely. The weight of each arm from shoulder to wrist is fully given over. You are not holding your arms up. They are resting. Your hands are being held by the warmth of the room, of the covers, of your own body's heat. Each hand loosely arranged, each finger where it is, warm and still and resting. The breath is being held by the body. The body knows how to breathe. It has always known. It does not need instruction or supervision. It breathes in, and it breathes out, and it rests between. And it will do this all night without waking you to ask permission. In, out, rest, in again. Your face is being held by the dark, the muscles of the face, which have been working all day, making expressions, holding attention, responding to the world, are soft now. The forehead, smooth, the eyes, closed, the jaw resting in its most natural position. The face of a person at sleep looks different from the face of a person awake, and your face is finding that other configuration now. Everything is being held. Nothing is holding itself up. This is the room as it is meant to be at this hour. Everything resting, everything supported, everything doing nothing except being present in the warmth. You are in the room. The room is around you. The night is outside the room. And everything, every single thing that you need to sleep is already here. It has been here all along. Everything you need is already here. You have been in the room long enough to know this now. Not as an idea, as a feeling. The warmth is here. It has been here all evening. In the air, in the surfaces. In the fire that has been burning low and steady. And giving without being asked. The warmth is in your skin now. It is part of you. You have absorbed it, and it has absorbed you. And the two are no longer distinct. The quiet is here. Whatever sounds remain. The fire, the house, the distant night, they are quiet sounds. Sounds that belong to the background. Sounds that do not ask for anything. The quiet around them is more present than the sounds themselves. The support is here. Every point of contact between your body and the room is a point of support. You are held at every surface. You are not floating, not exposed, not unsupported anywhere. The room has you completely. The breath is here, moving through you. In, out, rest, present and automatic, and needing nothing from you. The darkness is here. A gentle darkness. A familiar darkness. The darkness that comes to this room every night and stays until morning, and has been doing so for longer than you have been sleeping in it. It is not asking anything. It is simply here, as darkness is, filling the spaces where the light is not. And you are here, in the middle of all of it, warm and held and breathing, and still. The day is behind you. Tomorrow is ahead. And here, in the space between them, the room holds everything. There is nothing missing. There is nothing still to come. There is only this, the warmth, and the quiet, and the breath, and the dark, and the room around you doing what rooms do in the night. Holding. Just holding. Sleep now. You have everything you need. You have had it all along. The room will keep it safe while you rest. Just here. Just warm. Just breathing. Already here. Sleep.